Hi guys, it's Chessa with Checker, and welcome to our What's New Live. Just like you, quilt shops from all over the world depend on Checker for the newest fabrics and notions. Today we have beautiful samples from Cluck Cluck Sew, Kimberbell, Janine Babbage Designs, Whole Country Caboodle, Amelie Scott Designs, Knot and Thread Designs, Always Sewing, Sweet Tea Girls Patterns, and Susan Quilts. So you're going to want to stay tuned. It's always fun to see where you're watching from, so leave a comment with your shop name and location. And at the end, we always save a little time for some Q&A. So let me know if you need to take a second look at an item, or if you have a question. And if you need to step away to tend to your store, there's no worries, because this video does stay on Facebook forever, so you can always come back and watch it again at your earliest convenience, or if you forgot about something. Maria, our creative grid specialist, is here with me today. She's been working for several months on 2 new ruler designs, and they just hit our warehouse and are on checkerdisc.com for ordering. So stay tuned for Maria to tell you all about them. Aren't we very excited? And we also have an incredible item for a special Checker customer to win, and there will be more details on that later. Let's see who's watching today. Hello, Debbie from Dreamweaver Quilting in Montana. Thanks for tuning in. Hello, Lynn. Good afternoon to you too. Hello to Karen from Missouri Star. Sew Tech of Evansville, Indiana. Good afternoon to Mary. And hello to Michelle from the Sewing Room and Workshop in Illinois. Thanks for tuning in today, guys. We have a jam-packed show, so we're just going to go ahead and get started. You know I always start with books, so let's start with a new one from Stash. This is Quilting Rhythm, and it includes 98 innovative designs of free motion and digital quilting. You can see it's in color. We've got it broken up into easy to read tasks to stay organized, your little tabs, squares and rectangles. So this is a bunch of different patterns for free motion quilters, those who use digital designs, because each does include a digitized file as well. Next up is the complete manual of sewing. This is designed for beginner sewists and those who already know the basics, but it is a good essential guide to learn how to sew by hand or even by machine. Making darts, sewing a stretch waistband into a skirt, pockets. Oh, we were just talking to Maria earlier how she wished she had pockets in her sweater. So the complete manual of sewing. Make a quilted statement with the help of renowned quilt artist Thomas Nauer's Quilt Out Loud book. You can explore his methods of using text in quilting to create an impact or some whimsical messages. Step by steps, color instructions. There's even a Morse code, binary code. That's fun. Quilt Out Loud. Moving on to a book from Landauer is the Ultimate Modern Quilt Block Collection. You have 113 designs for making beautiful and stylish quilts. We do have traditional and paper piecing patterns included in this book. You can create a collection of eye-catching and modern quilt blocks. There you got your full-size templates in the back. Ultimate Modern Quilt Block Collection. Quilt Block Collection. Donna Robertson, the co-founder of Fabric Cafe, is known for her signature 3-yard quilt method. She announces a new pattern book, Fat Quarter Quilt Treats, and each Fat Quarter pattern has easy to follow diagrams and instructions, and each quilt is intended to be an economy quilt designed to utilize 12 fat quarters, which equals out to her ever popular 3 yards of fabric. Fat Quarter Quilt Treats from Fabric Cafe. From C&T Publishing, you have Quilt As You Go for scrap lovers. This is by Judy Gothers. This is her Quilt As You Go method. So you're going to learn simple color theory and placement techniques to create a variety of projects. Here you got your full-size templates again. Cutting instructions, everything you need. Oh, that's cute. Quilt As You Go. And my last book for today is from Abrams. It's K. Facet's Timeless Themes. We have 23 new quilts inspired by his classic patterns. There's also an archive of his photos collected over the last 50 years. They're presented alongside images of the fabrics that they inspired. The Timeless Themes blends the best of elements with Kaif's life and inspiration, resulting in a fresh look at the designer at work. So it's a must-have for readers everywhere. Kaif Facet's Timeless Themes. All right, so let's talk about the quilt that is behind me today. This is from Cluck Cluck Sew. This is called Jelly Twist. And this is a great beginner-friendly quilt because it uses 2.5-inch strips, fat quarters, or yardage. So it's up to you guys what you're thinking. I've got a lot of 2.5-inch strip projects going on myself. I love that they're already cut and I can just go on with what I need to do. So the large throw size can be made with just 1 jelly roll, but the pattern does include 4 size options with color diagrams and pressing directions to ensure nesting seams that go together easily. Next up, Maria's gonna have to come help me. We have another one from Cluck Cluck Sew. And it has my favorite animal on it. This is Kitty Cats. So this is a fat quarter pattern. It includes 3 pattern sizes. As you can see, your cats are of nice generous size. Your blocks are a nice size. They're 11.5 by 14, and then you can do also a 13 by 14 inch block. They're very easy to put together. They're straightforward piecing, and there's no complicated seams. And look at that backing fabric.
Oh, I love that.
Cute. Kitty Cats by Cluck Cluck Sew.
I have to say, when we looked at this picture, I did not expect them to be that big.
Right?
Darling.
Pleasant surprise.
Very cute.
They're almost the same size as my overweight cats now in real life. Continuing with Cluck Cluck Sew, she recently just released volume 2 of her popular modern holiday table runners. So this is like a booklet, and it includes 6 more beginner-friendly runner patterns with small cuts of fabric and minimal space needed. These are perfect to be a quick project that you can do anywhere. It's great for on retreats or when you're on the go. The booklet is 22 pages, full color, and let's go through what we have. We have a runner for spring, or for Valentine's, we just passed. I jumped the gun. Now here's your runner for spring. And look, there was no way I could hold this one the wrong way because they're going from both ends.
I like that.
Me too, because at first I thought it was upside down again.
Well, no matter where you sit at the table, the flower is facing you.
Yes. And then we have a nice patriotic 4th of July, Labor Day going runner. Very cute. Now the season I am looking most forward to, fall. That is my favorite. I love the cool, crisp air. Those are also nice size blocks.
I love that too.
Now you got your Halloween.
Oh, he's so cute.
Again, you can't be upside down. I love
No.
it.
I love all the different fabrics for the ghosts. Oh, that's darling.
They all have a personality.
Mm-hmm.
And lastly is Christmas. Very cute, the different
Very cute.
ribbons. So those were all from Cluck Cluck Sew. All those runners are from her Volume 2 Runners booklet. So we're going to go ahead and keep on going. We're going to move on to a new vendor of ours called Always Sewing. We have 5 new patterns, and we're going to start with the first 3 that are aprons. Look at how cute that is. And you have them, they all have your nice pockets, so you can hold your rotary cutter, your needles, or if you're in the kitchen, your spatula, your scissors, your phone. I'm never anywhere without my phone. So that was the first one. That's the So Simple apron. Next you had the So Quilty apron. You have your nice little points on the bottom. And then our third apron, you have more of the kind of circular oval look. And let's see, this one is so curvy. Gonna make sure to keep my space clean so Maria has plenty of room to demo for you later. So next on our list is 2 more from Always Sewing. You have cork crossbodies. You can see your different sizes here. You have your large, your medium, and your small. Now these patterns are specifically designed to be created with cork. You have the nice crossbody strap. These are a great size for your phones. You have the pocket on the back, the zipper on the front. And then you can make matching little wristlets. These are also to be made from cork. Again, you have your 3 sizes, your small, medium, and large. Other way. Sass, other way. Again, it's kind of like just the horizontal version of those, because again, you have your front pocket and then your zippered pocket.
That one looks adjustable, the strap.
Yep, and this one she did as like a little wristlet.
Cute.
Very nice. So from our new vendor, Always Sewing. Let's see who else is watching today.
Before we start, Deb asks if you could repeat the name of the quilt on the wall.
From Cluck Cluck Sew.
Yeah.
Okay. This one behind me is from Cluck Cluck Sew. It is up one more. This is the Jelly Twist. This is beginner friendly because you can do it with 2.5-inch strips, or you can cut up yardage, your fat quarters. And there are 4 size options you can make with this. This is Jelly Twist by Cluck Cluck Sew. Hello to Overbrook Quilt Connections in Kansas. Quilting Conceptions in North Carolina. Thanks for tuning in today. Hello Sharon from Pennsylvania and Deb from Vermont. And hello to Nancy from the Stitchery in Wisconsin. Oh, and Susan from Susan Quilts. We have samples from her as well to show you in a little bit here. So now we're gonna switch gears onto some notions. First up from Dritz, we have new transparent buttons, your black buttons, you have a mix, some white, so you can do waistbands, you can do shirt buttons, blouse buttons, lots and lots of options. There are variety You got 15, 16, 10, and 220 packs. Also from Dritz, our new Gold Eye needles. We have 4 new ones here. You have the betweens, the easy threading, the wool applique, and the big stitch quilting needles. And lastly from Dritz is this wardrobe repair set. Lots of good stuff in here. You have your sweater comb, scissors, buttons and safety pins. You have hem tape, and you even have a nice zipping travel case to keep it all organized and on the go if you want to throw it in your purse or something. And it's just a nice color. It matches Maria's kitchen pretty close.
Yes, because I sew in my kitchen.
I didn't say that. I just said it matches your color scheme.
Yeah, but I might be if I'm waiting for dinner to finish. Or
Next are some new cute items from a Built Quilt. First are these 3-piece sets of tea light candle holders. Now, if you remember, the first set we have from them is white and it has color printed blocks on it. These ones are wood, just like the coasters that are so popular. They just have the design right into them. Very cute. I might be pocketing these to take them home. And they come in a really nice container. You can easily see what the design is in it, and it's easy to put on a shelf or display in your shop. Also from Built Quilt is another journal. I love all of their journals. Now this one, if you can just see the texture, this has a embroidered pineapple blocks on it. And you have your lined pages, and all of their notebooks have your little satin bookmark. It's great texture. Next, let me get my cutting mat out because I have a new tool from Clover. I'm going to use my Creative Grids 14-inch rotating mat just because that's the closest thing to me, and I'm very excited about them.
and those are coming soon.
Coming soon, yes. Make sure you have your pre-orders in if you don't already. So this is a pattern cutting guide. It's really small and cute. So this will cut paper patterns with your seam allowance, anything from 1/4 inch to 1 1/4 inch. Note, this is not for fabric, this is for paper patterns. So what you're going to use is a utility knife or an X-Acto blade. I have my X-Acto blade with me, which is not included, so you do have to provide your own. So you squeeze this little lever here, and it opens a slot, and that's where you put your blade. So I'm going to go ahead and open it, put my blade in there, and then you let go, and it locks it into place. Oops, I have mine on the wrong side. I'll lock it in like this. So then, let's say I want a 1/4 inch seam. You got your seam mark, and you're just going to follow it as you move. And then when I'm done, get a nice clean cut, and you have your 1/4 inch seam allowance. Then you just take your blade back out, put it somewhere safe, put the cap on it. I'm going to give mine to Mama Maria to keep it safe. Thank you.
Thank you.
So that is from Clover. Next up, I have those quilts from Susan that I was talking about earlier. First, we're going to start with Tiny Town. And how cute are these, just like little trees and little villages. This would be cute in any color. You could do spring, summer, fall. You can make, yeah, the trees match the season. That would be really cute, and you can swap it out. It'd be really cute in your entryway. Or you can make 2 of these to make a table runner, or even more to make a lap size quilt. And continuing with trees, this is Forest Stroll. This one is also by Susan. Lots and lots of trees.
They're going all which ways, so maybe it's not, doesn't matter, huh?
Oh, which way we hold it?
Oh, hanging pocket.
Nope. See what would I do
That's a
without you?
clue. That's a clue.
Just look at all of those beautiful. You got little trees, medium trees, big trees. This is a great way to use your feature fabrics, maybe that have a bigger print on them, that if you cut them up, you maybe really won't get the gist of what the fabric pattern design was. You can see it very well.
That's a great background fabric to add a little more texture in between the trees.
Absolutely. So this is no tricky sewing, there's no fussy points, and it can make a perfect lap or toddler quilt. And of course, Christmas fabrics for the season would be adorable too.
So true.
Thank you for sending these in, Susan. Let's see who else is tuned in today. Hello to Jill from Quilted Memories in Michigan. I wonder how your weather is. We've had some ice today.
She said icy.
Yeah, yeah, us too. It's really gross out there. Hello to Sweet Darling Quilts and a side stitching quilt shop in Ohio, a neighbor of ours. I'm gonna guess because it's Ohio. I mean, she can't be too far. Jennifer from So Bad It's Good in Texas. That's a cute name. And Hidden Cabin Quilts in Wisconsin. So you guys gotta hang with me a little bit longer to learn about the giveaway and learn about the very exciting new Creative Grids tools. Oh, is that a plural I used? Tools?
Two of them.
Two? Oh. Actually, that needs to go over there because I have to get stuff from over there. You may have the
The
presents, the gifts. So next I have new patterns from Whole Country Caboodle. There's a great series that is called Wrapped in Love. As you can see, you got your pillow wraps. So your kit includes your pillow wrap and cover instructions, your pre-cut fused applique, your notions, your fabric, your single-sided fusible foam batting, brick rack, hook, loop tape, and tea towel for the pillow cover and wrap. You buy this kit and you are ready to go. You don't have to worry about finding things in your sewing room. It's all right here in this bag. So there are 12, technically 13 different designs. There's one for every season and month, and she always does a version for our friends in Canada. So here we have a nice Spooky Jack pillow and Home Sweet Home. It says, see, you got the Velcro. So honestly, if you already have a pillow that's this size, you could wrap it around it, or if maybe you just really like this tea towel for this pattern too, you can easily just swap them out as you see fit. Thank you. Next up are these reversible baskets from Knot and Thread Designs. You can also just fold the edge down. I like the look with the little edge folded down, like the little kind of border framing that it gives it. And of course you can just lay it normally, and then of course you can flip them inside out. So this would be a great addition to any room in your home. These are called the Olivia baskets. There are 3 size options, so they're perfect for all of your storage needs. And these actually have really cute bunny fabric on them, and they're actually making me kind of think Easter bags for the little ones. They each get their own bag to get all their goodies and take home with them and use at their home.
Spa bag.
Spa bag. Are we going to the spa? I wish.
We should.
We should, yeah. Check our field trip. So these are from Knot and Thread Designs, Olivia's baskets. Thank you. Next, we have some more pouches. These are from Amelie Scott Designs. These are customized monogram pouches that you can store anything in. You have your great little zipper tops. And your pattern includes the full alphabet in 2 different fonts, floral and Celtic monogram circles. So you have your quilting over the front and back. You have your lining, and you have no visible raw edges. They're perfect for gifts, be nice to monogram for all your friends, and they'd fit great in your purse on the go, and be great for travel. These are mostly in the Hoop projects.
What's the name of the pillow kits again?
Wrapped in Love from Whole Country Caboodle. It's a good point, or a good time to point out that there is a link in the description of our video, as well as a pinned comment, and that is supposed to take you to our website, and it has all of the items that are being featured today, along with some of their companions as well. Next, we have Oh So Delightful Quilts and Decor from Kimberbell.
These two?
Yep. So let's start with the full wall hanging quilts. Thank you.
Oh.
Isn't that darling? So you can do this one. The main quilt is 26 by 38. So you see you have your super cute little pincushion, your iron, you have little embroidery hoops, your sewing machine that you can even add a little piece of fabric to.
I don't think they can see, but the embroidery here.
Oh, the embroidery design.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
it's so happy, and all of the
Scissors and other little
Thread.
notions.
very cute.
That-
You're gonna add that to your list, Maria?
I am.
And then you can also make the 3 minis. They are 12 by 12s. So here you have your threads. And then your bottom thread here is almost out. Have you ever played that game when you're sewing? Do I have enough thread? I usually lose.
Bobbin roulette.
Bobbin roulette, yeah. I usually lose. And then I play with scissors for the sheer fun of it. So cute. And the last 12 by 12 is Sewing is My Sunshine. And you have cute little ribbon and your safety pins and your buttons that you can put inside. Your choice. Now you also have the option for a 3-frame hanging photo frame. Very cute. Some of it is made in 5x7 or larger hoops. They also have these cute little hoops available to purchase separately. They're on our website. And that's what they come. There's 2 in a pack. Thank you. There is an embellishment kit you can buy. So it has everything we kind of just discussed. It has your buttons and your bloomin' pins and safety pins. And you can also make the little tomato pin cushions in 2 different sizes.
And you have to look. Can you see the strawberry?
You can see the strawberry.
Strawberry has little seeds on it.
Oh, it
Look,
does!
the little white seeds on there.
So cute. Very cute. And here are those bloomin' pins. You can see them a little bit better. These are also available separately if you just want a set for at home. In the wall hanging, you saw that they were in there as decoration. Thank you. So that was from Kimberbell. Now I have, you might have seen them in our bi-weekly. I have the new items from Elisa. We're gonna start with the carrying bags. You do have a larger and a smaller size. They are made of strong, durable polyester felt, and it's kind of stylish. You got the cute little orange, we love that. So you're gonna protect your iron from dirt, dust, scratches. It's very practical. You have the nice comfortable handles, so it's easy to take with you on retreats. And now they open in the back. So you got nice space in there. The larger one has this nice mesh pocket here for your little water cup and maybe any other accessories you want to tuck in there. Your open tips is for your sole plate protector. And you can see it's in here. Flip it up and you can actually close that off, so if you don't have the Soulmate, you can protect anything from getting in that way. The large one is for the Oliso Smart Irons, and it is suitable for most full-size irons. And then your small one here, same thing, can open it up. And these are for the M2 Project irons. I'm just gonna put it in there. We do have the Soulmate, so you see it sticks out here. Just gonna tuck my cord in there. Zip up, and you have a go bag for your iron. Very cute. And they also came out with a new iron you're just gonna want to add to your collection. It is the Mimi G Smart Iron from Oliso. Check out this super cute packaging with a little note. So the iron is adorned in cute leopard print. So this is to celebrate Mimi G's unique personal style and passion for fashion and for DIY sewing. That's her iconic leopard skin pattern, her signature colors, and this iron has all the great features you come to love from the Oliso Smart Irons. Thank you. And lastly, I have one more new item from Oliso. It is the Pro Press Mat. So let me show you how this works. So Pro Press links let you join any number of mats together to create your ideal pressing space. So they are 14 inches square on their own. So you can put two together and you simply lock it into place. You can see that's pretty sturdy. And these links are going to fit snugly, so you have a smooth pressing surface. And they are heat resistant silicone, so you don't have to worry if you do happen to iron over it. You can reuse them. You can easily just unsnap it, twist it, put it back, put it back. And they're great for travel because you see how small you can make it, but at the same time you easily put four of them together and you have a giant 28 by 28 pressing mat, or you can do just a long one so you can kind of have like a longboard kind of thing going on. These are 100% New Zealand wool, and I just think they're great. I like the travel possibilities behind it because I always feel like when you're traveling you want to take your big mat and you can't, so this is a good kind of makeup for that from Oliso. Next we have actually a very large variety of new tea towels from Dunroven. You see some have the cute tassels. We got some prints, some solids, plaid, and you can see them all up close on our website, checkerdisc.com, or in the link in the description, and they'll show you all of these. Love decorating with tea towels. Next up are adorable Amy Bradley Designs sewing themed thank you cards. As you can see, thank you is spelled out in zipper, buttons, bobbins, seam ripper, tape measure, and they are blank inside so you can write your own personalized message. Thank you, Maria.
You're welcome.
Next is the Slide and Trim Hexagon Log Cabin 2-piece acrylic template set. A bright color. This is from Almost Heaven Woodcraft, and it comes with great instructions. And you can easily make up to a 13.5-inch quilt block. And they can be used for quilt making, but you could also do smaller ones and make little coasters. Slide and trim hexagon log cabin. Next up is from Janine Babbage Design. This says, welcome friends. You have your very cute applique flowers and leaves. Give you some dimensions. The cute curvy lettering. So she always has patterns for any seasons, any holiday. So you can check them all out if you search Janine Babbage on our website. Next up is the perfect roomy tote for heading out. This is from Sweet Tea Girl Patterns. You have a nice pocket here on the front. What? And you have your big inside pocket that has additional pockets. 1, 2, 3, a nice big one, and then of course your big center pocket. And it's adorned with cute little sea turtles. And your nice shoulder strap. So the construction is easy. It uses foolproof curves and fusible applique along with standard piecing techniques. It would be great for a shop class as well. All right, so let's see who else is tuning in today. Hello to Flowers to Fabric, watching from Mississippi. Amy from Quilting Bee Fabrics in Missouri, thanks for tuning in. Vivian from Finer Than Frog Hair in Tennessee. It's a very cute name. Hello to Jamie from Material Magic in Oregon. And Quilters Point in Germany. Oh, and Lee from Sweet Tea Girls Patterns was just watching. I hope you saw us show your pattern. So now I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Maria, who is our creative grid specialist, who is now panicking. Like we said earlier, she's been working on these rulers, plural, for several months, and they just hit our warehouse. They are available on our website for ordering. So I'm going to let her tell you all about these new small and mighty new quilt rulers. What do you need from me?
Rotating mat would be great.
Rotating mat. Teamwork makes the dream work.
So true. Hello, everyone.
Don't forget your gift bag.
I'm in there.
I spent a lot of time wrapping that, you know.
I know, and you've shown it a few times. Everyone's so excited. So I know it's not as cold here as it is everywhere else today. I put on this really cozy sweater. I am boiling. So I apologize if I look like a hot tomato back here. So Chessa pointed out to you that we've got some great new little things. I'm going to show you first the 2.5 inch by 4.5 inch rectangle. It's got all the great features the rest of our rulers have. The easy to read black and white markings that are printed in 1 inch grids and marked in 1/8 inch and 1/4 inch increments. Use the black numbers printed on white dots in the 1/4 inch grip sides to cut whole inches. Use our exclusive turnaround feature, watch close, to cut 1/2 inch increments by following the white numbers on black dots and 1/2 inch grip sides. The 1/4 inch dashed lines printed on 2 adjoining sides aid in trimming seam allowance. The black and white 45-degree angled lines are for trimming half square triangle blocks and cross hatching. You can see them on the end here. Additional black and white 45-degree lines intersect, one set on this side, one set over here for trimming flying geese, and squares set on point.
Maybe let's go to the table. We have some glare from our lights.
Oh, we don't want glare. We want you to be able to see it. Go like that. Is that better?
use the back of our 6x8 Creative Grids cutting mat, so
Yeah, see?
there is no
Look at that.
distraction.
6x8.
Top down. Yes.
Yeah, switch down to the table.
Come this way a little bit. There you
Towards
go.
me.
Yep, that should be good. Yep.
Okay, that little tiny screen over there is a little far away. All right, so let me back up to the 45-degree lines in the corner. Great for trimming half square triangles and hourglass blocks. The additional 45s here, the black intersects on one side, the white on the other for trimming flying geese, and any kind of square set on point. The ruler also features a white 30-60 degree line here, so if you're cutting small diamonds for a project, it's got the same lines that the other rulers do. The horizontal and vertical centering lines show you where the center of that ruler is. So if you're cutting with stripes or want to know where the center of a design is as you're cutting, it's very easy to see. Let me show you a couple of things you can do with this ruler that I talked about really fast, but let's show you. Here's how it will look in its packaging. So you're going to get a little sticker on there, and that's about
Great
it.
hang hole still.
Yep, and you got the hang hole so you can store it with the rest of them, etc. So one of the most common things that we make are the half square triangles. Here I've got a few of them cut and trimmed already. I'm going to find one of those 45-degree lines and line it up on my seam line. Now keep in mind, I did these custom to fit this ruler, but you can do a variety of sizes, anything that's smaller than 2.5-inch square or 2.5-inch squares. So with my rotating mat, I can turn it however I need to. That grip, until I put a little pressure on it like this, allows the ruler to move around. And with fingertip control, it's not going to go anywhere while I trim.
And we could have just rotated our whole mat, couldn't we?
Not quite used to using this one yet. So if I rotate it around, I'm going to reposition that ruler with the 2.5-inch trimmed edge on the 2.5-inch line and the edge of the ruler. And that line should line up there again, just with my fingertips. And there you've got another half square triangle to add to the collection. If you happen to be making hourglass blocks or quarter square triangle blocks, I could use the lines on the rotating mat to line it up to be extra sure, but look at this. With those crisscrossing 45-degree lines on the end there, I can easily find those seam allowance. I'm going to trim. Take advantage of my rotating mat.
Rotating mat.
Woo! I am not going to hear the end of that for a while.
We are easily entertained.
I've been playing with it in my sewing room, but because it's not on the shelf yet, I haven't been using it a lot. But that easy. I'm centered again. I'm going to trim. I'm going to trim. And look at that. A very clean and equal symmetrical hourglass block. Another favorite, the flying geese. I have not trimmed these two yet, but I wanted to show you an added use for that 1/4-inch line there. Here's my stitching line. I'm going to line that 1/4-inch line up on that stitching and trim that extra triangle. Press that away and you've got another flying geese unit. I don't get rid of these. I went back and sewed them all together so I can use the ruler again to trim up more half square triangles for some other project. But there it is, that triangle trimmed. And now let's trim the goose unit, however I want to say that. So I'm going to use the white lines just because. I'm going to line that up right on the goose unit. That seam line goes here, seam line goes here, and trim these two sides. Rotate that mat and the block. Because this one is the same size as that rectangled ruler, I don't have to even reposition it. Hold that ruler down again, trim and trim. And look at that, a beautiful clean, except for that tiny little tip I missed.
We've all been there.
Flying geese block. Again, I made them the same size as this ruler, but you could go down even smaller to a 2-inch flying geese unit or whatever your pattern is calling for. One more example to show you.
She knows I like the logo on the mat facing the right way.
Well, I sort of do this too because it doesn't matter which side I'm working on. With this mat, you could work with that logo down here on the side. If I need a quick reference for how big something is, I've got numbers facing me over here. I just cannot wait for these to be in the hands of the customers. So, a square and a square block. Here I've only added 3 triangles because I wanted to show you one more little trick. I am going to line up my ruler on the edge of my square that I started with.
Maria, what is this, the size of this ruler? What's it called?
It is 2.5 by 4.5 inches.
Or CGR.
CGR 2545.
Perfect.
So you see the 1-inch line right there? It doesn't have to be the 1 inch, but that fits here. I'm going to line that up on the seam line and trim those tails off. You don't have to, but I like a straight line to add my triangles to because there's enough going on with triangles. Easily lay that triangle on there, stitch, flip away from the block, come back and it needs a little trimming. I'm going to turn that ruler around just like I did with the flying geese. Line up those 45-degree lines on the seam lines of the block. And trim. I have to rotate the mat. Line those up. Trim again. The wonderful thing about those intersecting lines, 1/4 of an inch away, means I know I've got a 1/4 inch seam allowance when I add this to something else, that I won't lose the points in my square.
Doesn't she just give the best demos? I could listen to her all day.
I could talk all day maybe, but I need more throat drops and water and all kinds of stuff. There you go. Rotate it back to the top. And there is a quick and easy demo of some of the great things that this new rectangles. So those of you that like working with smaller things, you now have got a smaller tool to hold in your hand. I know I've got all sizes because I just do because of where I work. But I do love that smaller piece for smaller parts that go in my blocks. And like I said, it's got all of the great features that the rest of our rectangles have, and we are so excited to welcome it to the family. Are we switching back again?
And guess what? She still has another one, but I was just reading some comments.
Okay.
And I wanted to give Ina a special shout out because she says she's skipping watching Walking Dead so that she can watch our live
Oh,
instead.
I feel really important now.
we won't let you down. It's another great tool coming your way. But
I'm glad she didn't think we were the Walking Dead.
No. So I just wanted to mention that.
That's
That was
really
so sweet.
Very sweet. Okay, let me switch gears here. So officially, this is the smallest rectangle in the line now.
Woohoo!
So next, I'm going to show you the smallest square in the family. I have to be honest, I don't do a lot of miniature work. But after playing with this ruler that's coming, I'll get rid of some debris here. Am I still okay there? This way.
There you go. Yep.
How's that?
Perfect.
Okay. So are we facing me? Yes. Okay. Hello again.
Just adore the packaging.
So let me introduce you to the new 1.5 inch square.
Hold it out, close to the camera.
How's that? So when we were asked to do this, our first thought is it's not safe, right? That 1.5 inches is so small, but you know what? The entire backside of this one is covered with grips, so because of that grip, you can control this with just your fingertip. And it's not going to go anywhere, and your fingers are not going to be too close to the blade. So let me show you some little 1.5 inch squares. Switch back down to the table, guys.
Using her bowl cozy
So,
to contain all of her scraps.
1.5 inch squares, they say. So I got busy cutting some 1.5 inch strips and cutting those into 1.5 inch squares. I'll put this on the gray board so you can see it a little bit better. There's a delayed reaction, so as I move, I gotta just breathe a second. There we go. So you have got 1 inch lines and 1/2 inch here for the seam allowance, but you also have centering lines. So if you're fussy cutting or you want to know where the middle of the block is going to end up, maybe it's this beautiful little flower or I don't know, piece of candy or whatever your novelty fabric is, you'll know right where the center of that is going to be. We did do the turnaround feature, so if I turn it around, here you've got the 1/2 inch line, and it's marked with 1 inch grid with the 1/4 inch and the 1/8 inch markings, just like the other squares. We have intersecting 45-degree lines that go corner to corner. It's so cute.
I know, I just love it. I just want it to have it.
Yeah. So I can still do half square triangles, hourglass blocks, and teeny tiny 1.5 inch squares. And I say teeny tiny because to me that is really small.
To me, that's tiny.
But for those of you who like to sew with leaders and enders, this is a great use for your scraps. You can cut up those 1.5 inch squares, feed a pair through before you start your stitching, and feed a pair through at the end of your stitching. Trim them apart, throw them in a basket, come back later and press them and make 4 patches or whatever you want to do. The ruler slides easily, just like the rest till I apply pressure, and now it's not going to go anywhere. So let me show you a couple of things I trimmed with this.
Some people are worried about losing it, but I think it's the perfect size to put one of those trackers on it so you'll never lose it.
And I think with the bag, this little guy is going to go right back in the bag when I'm done with it, and back into, I've got an organizer on my sewing table that
The bag does
little
have
pockets.
the hang hole slide
Yep.
on it.
it's got a hang hole on the bag, so if you've got pegboard where you store some stuff in your, I don't know, maybe it's, I've got a basket that opens up that I keep bobbins in, it's going to go somewhere safe like that. And because I'm going to use it so much, it's probably going to sit right there by my cutting table all the time. So yes, I got a little carried away and made a bunch. I feed them through one after the other because I didn't have leaders and enders going on, but I definitely will for my next projects. And of course I tangled them when I brought them in here. But all I did was feed them through one after the other. I went back and pressed a bunch and made some cute little 4 patches. Look at those cute little guys.
It just keeps getting cuter.
I know. So if I lay this on here now, here's that 1/4 inch seam allowance. Want me to lift it? We're good. That 1/4 inch line hits here. My raw edge is still out here, so they're nice and square.
Kimberly, as a cat person, I relate that I will have to hide it from my cats probably. Okay, will get lost as a toy.
Yep.
Be under my fridge or my stove.
all of that. So then I decided those weren't big enough, so let's put 4 of those together to make some 16 patches. Maybe a few of them. And I thought, well, let's just keep going. This one's got 36 patches to it. And I'm just on a roll. So I think this might be big enough to do a block. It measures 6.5 inches before it's sewn into something, so that's not a terribly big block to do. And it took very little effort just combining those 1.5 inch squares. Some of your leftovers, because we all have them. Let's go like this. I cut some 1.5 inch strips. This is leftover from a layer cake that I cut something else off of. So I cut some 1.5 inch strips. I'm going to lay this on here. Look at that. It's not going to go anywhere. Nice sharp blade in my cutter. Can rotate that mat around. I don't even have to touch it again. Hold that down again and cut some more. And now I can keep going across that piece of scrap and just keep adding to my basket, adding to my little patches with my little 1.5 inch square.
Enough for confetti for a party.
Well, there's always call for a party, isn't there? I did do some little half square triangles and some hourglass blocks. I'll show you on the half square triangle. If you knew me before I took this job, you would know this was not something I ever thought I would do and enjoy doing, because I don't really like little tiny things, but with the grip on this ruler, I love it because I just press down. It's not going to go anywhere to trim those half square triangles. These little hourglass blocks are going to match those half square triangles. And look at how easy it is to find the center here. I'm going to line up those 45-degree diagonal lines. A little fingertip control. I want to retrim the trimmed blocks there. And voila, I have another trim square to add to the collection.
Just hear that rain outside. It's a perfect day to be sewing.
It is a perfect day to be sewing. So, welcome to the family. Our new Creative Grid 2.5 by 4.5 inch rectangle, and our tiniest square ever, the 1.5 inch square. It's good to see everybody. We'll see y'all soon. You just moved.
Yeah, it's fine. Because we're just going to talk about the giveaway, and the giveaway is so big, it does not fit on the table. So,
Okay, move this.
told her she didn't need to move it, she's still going to move it. See how good she is to me? Okay, so to wrap up today's live is the special Checker customer giveaway that you could win. This is donated from Reliable Corporation. It was very nice of them to send it in for you guys. And it is the Longboard rectangular ironing board with Verafoam cover set. That's gonna go.
Tip it in?
Yeah, I was gonna go on. Alright. So I wanted to show it set up.
It's good. It's good.
So this is really nice and soft for me. If you've been thinking of a larger ironing surface, but you don't require the added flexibility of Reliable's 2-in-1 ironing stations, they are super pleased to present the new 350 LB. This is one piece, extra large, so it's a longboard ironing table. It's perfect for your quilters, for ironing linens, curtains, crafting, and pretty much anything else where an extra large surface would be a benefit. So this board is made without compromise. It was designed to provide maximum stability and features to make pressing less work. This is the Verafoam technology ironing cover set. So this incorporates advanced memory foam technology to make ironing easier with your best results possible. It has a Conex heat resistant zone at the end of the cover that allows you to safely place the steam iron on the table cover, saving you and your wrist the added movements of securing the iron after each press. Nice. And you have a nice little bag hanging from it. You can put your scraps or maybe your spray bottle, put your snacks in it, your beer, anything to make ironing a little bit easier. I don't like ironing, so I would be going for the latter item in my bag. I'm just gonna stay back here. So it's very easy to win this Reliable Corporation Longboard rectangular ironing board set. Say that 5 times fast. Just have 2 simple rules, and I did see some comments that we have some new viewers today. So just a heads up, you guys need to be a Checker customer, and you need to be a member of our private Checker Facebook group. The giveaway will be posted later today, as soon as we get a little settled from all of this, and I get out from behind the ironing board. To enter, you simply put your shop name and location in the comments, plus you do need to like the post. So if you're not already a member of this group, we are going to post a link in the comments so that you can join. Now, please, there are questions you have to answer so we can verify you're a customer. Please answer those questions or we will not accept you into the group. So please, 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 it says required. So please answer those questions. You're going to have until this Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, February 24th, to register to win this giveaway. Good luck to everyone. I don't know that we have any questions that we haven't already answered. Trying to answer them on the go lately.
Yeah, no questions.
All right. Well, if we did somehow happen to miss your question, I'm sorry. We do constantly monitor this video. I have a little notification set up. So if you're watching it later or you think, oh, I do have a question, go ahead and feel free to comment on this video and we will answer it as soon as we can. All these items are available on checkerdisc.com. Again, we have that link in the description of this video as well as a pinned comment that will take you to our website, just specifically to the items and their companions that we've shown today. As always, thanks for being a Checker customer, and I will see you back here in 1 month exactly on Wednesday, March 22nd.